So, Alien Earth. Alien Earth. Ah. I watched it and I laughed. I laughed my ass off. I also made a video about predictions of things that might and might not happen. I was massively wrong. Massively wrong. Why was I massively wrong? Because I gave the writers too much credit. You will never... So, welcome to the Alien Earth summary. People are screaming... I watched it yesterday. People are screaming about... when's season 2? Where's season 2? When's season 2? Where's season 2? Andor cost Disney, what did they say? $625 million for 2 seasons. $650 million for 2 seasons. They say they made back $300 million. So that's a $3 million. $300 million in subscriptions and shit. And obviously they have things where people sign up, pay Disney Plus, and then watch Andor. Then watch Andor, then watch Andor, and then when it gets to Andor, they may keep the subscription or they may lose it. But what I'm saying is, not only can they can track subscriptions and what these people have subscribed to watch, as well as, you know, a share of people who always have subscriptions. People are like lifetime subscribers, you know, they have it for the kids and stuff. And then they might have watched Andor, they might ignore. You know what I mean? So it's how much they make them on top of. So Andor basically lost them approximately $300 million. Wait there, Andor's good. Andor has excellent word of mouth. People are like, I know all the other Star Wars is shite, but you should watch Andor because it's really good. That happened to a lot of people, and they watched it and agreed, and it still wasn't enough. In other words, Andor with 2 seasons made $150 million, 150 for the season. Now, the speculated cost of Alien Earth was $200 to $240 million. Do you believe that Alien Earth made more than $150 million? Alien Earth is shit, and a lot of people are saying so. Yes, there's the die-hard clappers who, it's anything alien, it's new, clap, 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 clap like a seal. But, just like Romulus, these are the same culprits. Oh, it's excellent, it's excellent. And then what happens is, 6 months later, do you like Romulus? No, Romulus is shit. Or, nah, I don't know. It's like, oh, why? What happened? Did the beer glasses break, fall off, and you stamped on them accidentally, and then you saw it in true light? People start clapping because something's new. Like, kind of like that. And then what happens is, they watch it again and go, oh, all of the shine of it being new has gone because they've seen it. And then when they actually watch it and stop clapping and watch it, that wasn't as good as that. That was nowhere near as good as I remember that. Is it possible? Is Alien Earth shit? And even though the initial may have the viewership, are you telling me more people watched Alien Earth than Andor? I don't believe it. Alien franchise stuff does not have the draw of Star Wars. Full stop, period. It still doesn't. You know, did Disney buy Star Wars for $4 billion? Yes. Did Disney pay $4 billion for Alien? The Alien franchise? No. Well, $2 billion? No. I think the entire Fox merger was 2-point-something billion for everything. Alien thrown in, because it's just one of those, yeah. There's no way the alien Earth has made enough buzz, enough hype, enough whatever, and enough money through viewerships. It's like this. Disney have got to make a decision. We either pay for another season, or we make Shrek 5, Shrek 20, Toy Story 36, The Reckoning, or something else. They can either make Frozen 7 or make Alien Earth, basically, for that kind of money. For $200 million? No one's interested. You see, when they made Squid Games, it was dirt cheap. Squid Games didn't cost much and made them a lot of money. That's what you want. You don't want it's not even breaking even. It's not good business sense. So, that's all the season 2 malarkey bullshit. Let's actually talk about how wrong I was. So, number 1, it was a big shocker. It's the opening scene. What was the big shocker? I could never predict this. You couldn't predict this. And I think everyone's forgot. What was the opening scene? Here's a question. What was the opening scene? Think back. The opening scene of episode 8. What was the opening scene of episode 8? You would never guess. It is Crab. Fucking crap. Crab versus Alien. No, I got that wrong. I did not predict there would be a crab versus the alien. How fucking stupid of me. Noah, you've done it again. You've Ryan Johnsoned me with... you subverted my expectations. I didn't think... And you've got to remember, right? This episode begins and ends with this scene. Crab, CGI crab. And to be quite honest, it was a good CGI crab. I'll give him that. And then, the alien comes on. And you can see it wrinkling at its wrists. You can see that Andy is inside that suit. It's so bad. It's so bad. It's so incredibly bad. It's a 5'6" guy in a suit. He's... It's like me being in the suit. Holy shit. I enjoyed episode 8. I really did. It was funny as fuck. Right. So, number 2. We'll get ready for number 2. I've got notes, so I keep on dropping pens. I keep on looking down and looking at my notes. There's a dude in the suit. And then the first thing I wrote in my notes was it worth it? Beach. Crab. Crab faces off alien. Alien looks janky as fuck. Then we fade to... you've got to remember, right? This thing, I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. It's the first thing I noticed. It's 48 minutes long. I couldn't believe it. I don't believe it. We're there. This is the finale, and you're going for 48 minutes. 48 minutes! Some of these episodes are like 1 hour 10. You've got to... I couldn't believe... I said in the last one that I said it's probably going to be like an hour 15, an hour 20, because I think that the one that before that was 46, they'd chop the end of that off and give the time to episode 11. No, 48 minutes. Well, after that little intro and all that shit with the alien, you're now down to 44, right? You are wasting time. I couldn't believe in this entire episode how hardcore wasting time it was. Just an establishing shot that went on for too long. And action, kind of thing. Let's have some... We'll get to it, but let's have some flashbacks. It's like they all of a sudden try to give emotion to these... They try and give emotion to these things. It's like there's 1 or 2 parts where you think, oh my God, the rushing characterisation. Now, in episode 8, at the last minute. Oh, God. And you've got to remember, right, they don't film these episode 1, 2, 3, 4. We're taking our time. 5, 6, 7. Oh, my God, we've run out of time. They don't film them like that. They film basically the whole thing, and it's all over the place, right? beach scenes all on one day, then we go here, then we film this, and it's all over the place, right? It's like a fragmented hard drive, and it's all over the shop. And then what they do is they then put it in chronological order, and then they decide, well, they've probably already decided beforehand where the episode cut should be. So, episode 1, and there's the cliffhanger. Episode 2, and there's the cliffhanger. Episode 3, and there's the cliffhanger. And it's about right. But they film them all over the place, and then they stick them together at the end. So basically what's happened is the edit, right? When they come to edit all this shit, because they've got loads more film than they need, loads more takes, all this kind of shit. It's not just takes, it's scenes, set pieces and scenes. And then what they do is they decide, and when they edit it, it was such a mess, obviously, the last episode, that when they edited it, when they completed the edit, it was so fucked, just shit, that it ended up being cut down to 48 minutes. So, the next thing I did laugh. I laughed a lot through this, so there's a lot of laughing going on while I was watching this. The next scene, right, that we see, is I was wrong about the graves. I said we won't talk about this grave scene. I was wrong about that. The whole graves, the whole idea of who they are, the fact that they're androids and not humans at all this kind of shit. I said that they won't broach that subject. And straight away after the Crab versus Alien, which will be coming to cinemas, I can't believe it's not a meme, Crab versus Alien, then they do the graves. And I looked, and I was like, what the fuck is that? Because someone was walking towards the camera. Now, at first I thought it was because you could see they had the hair down. And I thought it was the girl, the Curly Sue girl, who's jealous of Wendy, who wants... I don't know the names, don't bother telling me. I thought that she was going to the graves, blah, blah, blah. I thought, oh, well, she's someone we haven't touched, really. Like, we haven't touched on a character or anything, really, apart from she just wants to be the best one. That means nothing, really. So I thought, oh, okay, then cool, we're doing this. And then what happened was, she got closer and closer. I thought, oh my God, it's a fortune teller carrying flowers for the dead. It was like Mardi Gras or something. I was like, what the fuck is that? And then I thought, oh, of course. I don't know, I did feel a bit stupid. The jungle, the clothes, the outfit. Pirates of the Caribbean. It's one of the pirates that have got lost. You're on the wrong set, love. Anyway, it turned out to be the Doctor. Why's she like a gypsy? I'll tell your fortunes. I was like, oh, yeah, this film's shit. But yeah, so they do this thing, and then the best thing happened. If anyone wanted to know how Noah does not understand the alien. I hate calling it a xenomorph, I'm going to call it an alien. If you ever wanted an example, just a clip, it comes up all gummy, it's all gummy, like this, and it just snarls at her, and you can hear people coming in the background, and there's some soldiers. Now, I'm going to have to demonstrate this. This is going to be quite difficult to do, but sod it. So, imagine you're the soothsayer. You're her, right? You're her. Oh, I've got to make sure the microphone's in the right place, otherwise you won't be able to hear me. Imagine you're her, right? So the alien is in your face. You're her. Now, my head represents the soldiers. You see? You can't really see me. And then what happens is there's a bullet that bounces off. They must be made out of, like, the soft lead, the 2.2s, right? The LR-22s, little shitty little pellets you shoot deer with, or rabbits. It pings off the alien's head there, and I'm the soldier. Number one, I thought, oh, it's going to cover in acid and stuff. Nope. It literally ricochets off her head. No 10mm, APs here, none of that shit. No 10mm explosive tip caseless, like armour piercing round standard issue Y. None of that shit. No. This goes boonk straight off its noggin. She doesn't get splattered in acid. It doesn't die. It just goes and runs away. I seem to remember in a film called Aliens that everyone loves a lot, that when you fire at the aliens, they just keep on coming. Not this one, not this clever little cookie. You are shooting it with something that it clearly isn't vulnerable to, and it runs away? Wait there. In the previous episode, it jumped down like it were fucking Spider-Man or the Hulk, right, feet first, and he guns at it, should have hit it, didn't, and then it shish kebabs everybody. Fucks them up. Why not this time? What the fuck is going... No, she has to live. I'll run away. See you later. In a bit, bitches. And number 2 is, how did they shoot it? And why didn't that ricochet hit her? And all these other stupid questions. So, I was right. Well, I was wrong and right. The alien lives... Right, so I was wrong. I said the alien was going to die. No. And the reason why, believe it or not, can you believe this? Right, the alien has plot armor. The alien, in an alien film, has plot armor, which I think is a bit unfair to everyone else. That's actually what's going on now, if you think about it. Romulus had the big chap survive. He didn't survive. In the script, it says that the engines completely incinerate the alien. That's what they were going for. It killed it. It killed the alien. Flames kill the alien. There are some people that say the aliens are actually immune to fire. It's called science fiction, not dickhead fiction. No, you don't seem to understand the concept of energy. These are the people that think that if you hold your hands together hard enough that a nuclear blast cannot overcome the strength of one's clenched palms. Fucking idiots. Anyway, the alien lives due to plot armor. Oh yeah, I didn't see that. But I was right because the aliens are in fact bulletproof now. Right, they are proof. It's got a P on the front of it, you clown. The aliens are in fact now bulletproof. This is canon. Just so you're all happy about it. That's canon. It's fucking bulletproof. The amount of times this alien gets shot, not shot, in this episode is just fucking madness. So, what I also found strange, and I've got it written down here, was that they come up and they say, "Hey, you okay? You okay, darling? Read my palm. Here." No, they don't do that. They go, "Hey, you okay? It's a bit dangerous out here. Maybe you should come with us." Dude, did you not just fucking see the thing you shot at through its head but managed to ricochet off the front of it? Did you not see that warp of physics? But number 2 is the way... It's almost like the alien wasn't there. It's almost like they come across this woman and say, "Hey, it's too dangerous for you out here. Come with us. We're evacuating people." No, they see the alien scare it off with bullets and then calmly tell her, looking around, "Hey, come on, let's go. It's not safe for you here." It's like, what do you mean not safe for you here, you fucking retard? It's not like, holy shit, are you alright? Did you see that fucking giant killer lizard thing? Bitch, you need to get out of here because, well, it might come back. No, none of that. None of that. It's just ultra cat. Like I say, this is what happens when you do CGI elements. These actors have got nothing to act against, and the director is too much of an arsehole to realise what he's trying to put together. You know, Tarantino would have written a little note on their lines, right, this is shot 1057, blah, 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 blah. Right, this is your blocking, this is where you're meant to stand, you're meant to come from this. I want you to come to this marker here, see that little orange marker on the floor? Come to there. I want you to crouch down, I want you to say to the palm reader, I want you to say to her, "Look, love, you need to get the fuck out of here." You know your lines? Right, cool. Because Quentin Tarantino wrote, they've just shot the alien. Right? So the men have run up and go, "Fuck me, bitch!" "You are a lucky motherfucker. Are you not covered in acid?" Maybe the screenwriter should have thought of that one. Then we have this crazy scenes, like fucking long, wide shots. Alien just going, it's like Stitch, and it's just running around, runs across a bridge. There's an aerial view, dead body. He's got a gun in his hand, never managed to shoot the alien. It runs away, there's blood everywhere. It's just like, what the fuck is this, Gremlins? I laughed my ass off. Any road. Yeah, it keeps killing absolutely fucking everybody. It literally... You don't need loads, you need one. Fuck it. It was almost like watching Metal Gear Solid, apart from you have to slice everyone in half. And when you see them, they're in half, heads missing, limbs chopped off, split right down the middle, fucking all sorts. There's bits of people, blood everywhere. I'm like, fucking crap. But when we see it, it's just going, because it's a dude in a suit, or it's going pew 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 pew, like a fucking like Sonic with a load of CGI motion blur that look god fucking horrible. We then switch to the boy genius, who's just sat around scratching his nutsack, and he's like, everything's turned into shit. Who would have thought? Who would have guessed? I actually do know. He actually seems like he knows. He's like, I do know because I read the script. You see, I'm that smart. I read the screenplay. Whatever. He has no sense of... He's just retarded. And then he says, it's like, oh, we haven't got enough... Someone says to him, I think, we haven't got enough personnel. I was like, you never had enough personnel in the beginning, you retards. There's fucking nobody in this facility. But whatever. And then they're asking backwards and forwards, should they evacuate or not, and blah, blah, blah. And Kirsch is talking to him. Kirsch is in a lab somewhere, just talking to him and tells him to calm his tits down. Right? And then he says something about ADHD. Now, I could be wrong here because I'm not a medical professional. But to me, the concept of ADHD and genius, can they align? Like, if you're constantly fidgeting and going, fuck it, I can't be arsed, and just move on to something else every half an hour or every 10 minutes, could you then focus on work? You know, if you're a super genius, then you've read books. It's not like he could read it in half an hour and then spazzes out and has a couple of ketamine and then just goes and kicks a fucking rabbit or something in the wild. You have to focus and concentrate. Quantum physics cannot be learned in an afternoon. There's literally just, too many words, too much history you have to learn. Just too much, the mathematics is just too in-depth. You can't learn it. There are limits on what you can do. Nah, not in this. And then it pans out from him sat there with his grotty feet on everything, pans out and looks from his view. So we're watching it, we're looking at him behind his desk, and then we see from his view, the reverse shot, and the fucking sheep... Why is the sheep here? The little twat genius says to Philip Schofield, he says, are all the animals in bed or whatever? All the animal, all the monsters locked up, or are they all safe and sound in the? And the sheep is in his room, in his office. I'm like, right, like it's been interviewed for like a fucking couch casting or something. What the fuck is it doing here? In its giant internally lit sheep carrier. Since when did you have one of them? Why do you have one of them? This place is full of synthetics and you do all this computer geek shit. Why have you got animal containment stuff all of a sudden? Where did this box come from? Don't know, who cares? And then we get some flashbacks. There's some random flashbacks. Random flashbacks. I would never have guessed we would have got random flashbacks. If I told you before you watch the episode, we're going to get random flashbacks of baby Wendy writing to her older brother while he's behind some police cordon for some political activist thing. There's a picture of a dad who has an eye patch who's dying, blah, 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 blah. You're like, what the fuck? You'd be like, what? Dude, we've now got fucking 36 minutes. Right? Forget that shit. That time's gone. We haven't got time to be dicking about. What the fuck are you playing at? And then he has this heart-to-heart and all this. It's just bollocks. It's just bollocks. So, then something does happen. And this is a point I did make. And I'm going to do a victory lap, and we're probably going to... This is the rest of the video. This one topic, it's not really, but I do want to do a victory lap, which is the kids... The kids are not human. I stated in the last video, and actually the first video, I got that correct. I stated in the first video, so the first 4 episodes concluded, they'd been aired. I watched them and I talked at length about the 3 guises, right? A sheep, a cow and a dog are all guises of mammals. A cyborg, an android and a supposed hybrid is not 3 guises of anything. Unless those 3 guises are things that look like and have the silhouette of a human. Oh, okay then. So, no, they're not 3 guises. And I said in the last one, episode 7, about the graves, saying that this confirms that the story is telling us so far that these children are not children. They're androids who think they're children. That's not hybrids. Hybrids means mixing 2 things. You have a hybrid car, internal combustion engine, electric motor, and it uses both in varying circumstances. These are not hybrids. They're not a mix of 2 elements. They are deluded androids. That's what they are. Deluded androids. And you can see how this would work. You imagine a company like Prodigy sets out to make people last forever. How could you make people last forever? Well, you could constantly replace their internal organs and stuff, but that's going to get horrible and messy. Or we can make these androids, which we already make synthetics, and we can transport people's... We'll copy and paste their personalities, their interests, what makes a person. But when you do that, all you've done is make a copy, because you can have the android walking around with the copy. And then they try and realise that they can't actually do it. They're not actually copying anything. Right? They're not copying anything. And stuff like hormones are missing, and the things that make people people. We feel and think at the same time. And those things can be independent. You can feel scared, but your brain goes, don't be a pussy, it's just a computer game. So, they can be loggerheads with each other, contradict each other. So, are you going to tell the world that? No, you fuck. You are going to continue to make these droids. People come in, you download all the memories, so basically it copies what it can see, like your personality, your traits and all this shit. Right? There's probably loads of questionnaires and interviews and all the rest of it, so they can get all the information. Put it into an android, you die, they bury you outside, right? They burn you, get rid of you, you're done, you're dead. And then this android walks around thinking it's you, and everyone it interacts with who knew you also thinks it's you. That's it. You could make loads of money, loads of people think they're going to live forever, and you've just sold them these androids. And you're dead. That's what happens. It would be a scam, but it would be a lucrative scam. And that's the whole point. And this program backs this up. It backs this idea up. Not only have we got the graves from before, but Wendy starts asking, who are we? We're just ghosts. Well, what's a ghost? A ghost isn't a person. It's the essence of a person. As in, this physical carcass, this meat sack, is part of you. These are my hands. These are my fingers. These are not just chop them off and replace them with somebody else's, it'll then be mine. I might be in control of them, but it's not mine. I've had these mitts, or what resembled these mitts. Yeah, you replace cells, but the whole, what is me, is me. It's what makes you, you. when you're really tall and really athletic and you run really fast, that is part of who you are. You're a runner. And you might go on to go and do the Olympics, and it might define your life or part of it. That is who you are. I'm not that fast. I'm not Usain Bolt. That's not me. It's not my experience. It's not who I am. Take running away from Usain Bolt. You might be going, well, what's left of me, really? I have what tastes I have and that, but it was a big part of my life. There we go. We're talking about what makes a human. Does this program go down that avenue? No, it just fucks around with the idea because it thinks it's clever. So she says we're all we're all ghosts, and then something cool happens. Boy Cavalier or Cavalier Boy is watching Wendy, and she looks like he's watching, and she looks at the camera, and the camera itself, not the filming camera, the camera for the CCTV does a little snap zoom, a little, on her face, like, wow. And it's dramatic CCTV. Fucking idiots. Oh, I love this program so much. Then he talks about being a retard, and he's got ADHD and all this shit. And then he says, what does he say? He says, yeah, maybe we should I want a conversation. Maybe the sheep, we all know, dickhead. Maybe the sheep. So, the thing is, maybe the sheep he wants to have a conversation with. Maybe it's intellectual enough to fucking have a conversation with him. He's delusional, but whatever. And he said this in the last episode. The next step is to put it into a human. That's what he says. More importantly, he makes out in the writers don't realise, but you have just confirmed that the boy Cavalier Boy is stupid. Why? Because he says something intelligent. Well, Matt, you're going to have to go a long way to explain that one. So, he says, basically, we're going to have to stick the eyeball in a human, but make sure it's someone weak. And it's go get her brother. He's a little pussy. Go get her brother. Which is stupid for two reasons. Number one, if this sheep is intelligent and Wendy's brother picks up a blade, it's dangerous. What are you talking about? Pick anyone, just put them in handcuffs and, bolt them to something. Like, incapacitate them. Give them a fucking enema at the neck. Not an enema, fucking epidural at the neck down, you know what I mean? Kind of like, just give them drugs or tie them up, one or the other. But number two is, it's like, why do you want a weak one? It's like, well, because fucking Wendy and everyone's dangerous. It's like, dickhead, you should have known that before you give them extraordinarily strong powers. What? Why is Wendy, these children who are psychologically, we're worried if they can take this or not psychologically, fuck it, give them times 50 power. Why would you do that? You'd make them weak, not powerful and strong, you fucking clown. Why would you make them... And if someone ever says you can't do it, of course you can do that. Fuck me. Just remove their arms and legs will start. That's a good start. Fucking idiots. Of course you can. You control what these things do. So make them weak, not strong. Why he hasn't got a fucking bracelet? Or, you see, other films have done this. Directive 4 in RoboCop. You want to arrest me, Murphy? Go for it. And he's like, It's like, we're not fucking stupid. It's like, Noah never watched that film. I would love to say to Noah, hey, Noah, have you ever seen RoboCop? Oh, yeah. No. This has all been done before. There's loads of examples of companies controlling a technology by having the ability to turn it off when required. Fucking idiots. But no, it's just the way it goes. And then we get a little flashback to the palm reader, and she's been spooked by Wendy. Wendy can control everything with her hands now. She can just do this, right? She can computer on this, do this, do. All of a sudden, she's got this magical power. Let's just. I've got to say this, Wendy, right? Which I haven't seen anyone say so far, which is strange. She equals a Mary Sue. She equals a Mary Sue. Everyone doesn't like her, but I think a full name isn't. A full name is Wendy Mary Sue. That's a middle and last name because there's nothing she can't do. There's nothing she can't. She can kill an alien with a fucking paper guillotine. Vasquez, I'm sorry to tell you this, love, but you're a bit of a pussy, really. Look at you fighting with pistols and stuff. You should have been able to got that head in a fucking head. You should have been able to get that alien in a fucking headlock and give it a Chinese burn. You should have been able to give it a Chinese burn to death. Just wring its wrist. Alien's like, I'll fucking give up. Vasquez could not shoot the alien in that tunnel with a Beretta 9mm for the simple fact is aliens are fucking bulletproof. Everybody knows that. The bullets just ping off their heads. Fucking Christ. Which, weirdly enough, she does pull out a pistol and shoot it, and it does ping off. But it is a curved dome, and at least she was shooting it from the right fucking angle. Like, she hit the front of its face because she's facing it and it's facing her. And it's 9mm. They're fucking pretty soft. You know, it's a minimal jacket and all that shit, and the slugs, really, they're not going that fast. And, yeah. Bang, pinging off. I wouldn't be bothered if it pinged off, but I'm sure those weapons have got something like 10mm, or even 7.62 or 5.56. Blow a big fucking hole in its head. No, not this alien. Fucking Hicks kills an alien with a shotgun. A 12-gauge shotgun. Oh, okay. You hear it die, he shoots it. Oh, he actually puts it in its head, puts it in his mouth and blows its fucking brains out as well. Someone's going to say, but the carapace is armoured. Fuck off. Ooh, and then we got something else, which all these points that I was wrong on, they do spit into the face of people I've had arguments and discussions, arguments, whichever one you say. You're all wrong. They're not hybrids. The programme is making that very clear, right? The alien lives. Wendy's brother doesn't die. The Graves, I didn't think we'd go back, but you didn't think that Crab could take on an alien. You were wrong there. But also, this one. Emotional. Morrow. Come on, don't run out on me. Oh, it's trying, isn't it? So, I remember saying to a lot of people, who's your favourite character? Or they'll just say, they just proclaim. Morrow's my favourite character. I'm like, why is Morrow your favourite character? Just sorting out the pen. Why is Morrow your favourite character? Oh, he's so 3-dimensional. No, he's not. He's 1-dimensional. The only 2-dimensional bit we get is in this episode. And what does he say? Fuck Whalen Yutani. That's what he says. Wait. One of your main protagonists, who fucking knows with this? One of your main characters that's driving a lot of the things that happen in this plot. The whole facehugger alien running around is down tomorrow. Tomorrow again. What does he do? He literally stands there and says, after being captured, that's all that's happened to him. He's been captured. He's got this massive. For fuck's sake. How do you stop the man with cyborg arms? I don't know. Cut his arm off? A cuff that stops it moving or electronically disables it? No. They put a giant stack of bean cans, which now makes it into a giant fucking battering ram. Are you lot... Of course you're retarded. I don't know. Something... Fucking lack of fucking science fiction writers. My arse. So, he tells Wendy's brother that the companies, when they give something to you, a lung, cybonic implants, right? Cyborg implants and all this shit. They don't just, I know what they take for, yes, they take everything. No, and more. It sounds like Morrow is not happy. He's not happy. It sounds like it's servitude. It sounds like he's got himself into a pickle and can't get out of it. And like I was saying before in the previous videos, what is his motivation? People are, he loves the company so much. No, he fucking doesn't. In this one, he's literally saying, fuck the company. In this one, he's saying, these companies just take everything for you. And everyone's like, oh, well, he needs to be on your side. Why does he need Wendy's brother on his side? No, he fucking doesn't. He didn't need Wendy's brother on his side at all. He didn't need to convince him or anything. He doesn't need him, doesn't use him. It's nothing. That's literally what Morrow thinks. He's like, fuck this. This is fucking... They just take and take and take and take and take. So that's Morrow's take on what his position is. Which means that a lot of the things that he's done are really now seriously questionable. As in, oh, he's just loyal through and through to the end. It doesn't sound like it. It sounds like he fucking hates them. And then we find out, like I say, it's really bitter. And then we find out, Redhead. The Redhead crew, the soldiers, they're sneaking around. And they see the guy spraying the mould degreaser thing. Now, I think that is not a human. Because they see it and then go, right, let's go and look for some people we can evacuate. And then the funniest shit happens. Oh, it was so good. It was so good. They get in the elevator. They push some. Oh, that was it. Sorry, this is another one that I did not predict this. Right, it's a self-destruct elevator. Elevator. I put the V too early. No. I didn't think Morrow would also be emotional. I got this wrong. I didn't think that there would be an elevator that has a self-destruct sequence. Why? Why would you want one? This is like an escalator that also doubles up as a currency exchanger. Why would you want an elevator that can self-destruct? Isn't that going to damage the shaft? Isn't that going to, once it blows up, it then falls and then fucks something else up as well? Why would you want a self-destruct in an elevator? Don't know. I don't know why you'd want that. And they go to get out and Wendy's controlling it. Now, people, I can imagine someone, trying to strongman the point. They'd say, well, maybe it doesn't have a self-destruct. Maybe it... she's just getting it to say that, to scare them. Two problems. Number one, why would you think that's... You're a soldier. You're a security crew. Surely you know if the elevator's self-destruct or not, right? They all shit themselves. Like, they know that these things are equipped with self-destruct systems. Number two, if Wendy is just fucking around and it has no self-destruct mechanism, why is Wendy just trying to scare them? If she wanted to kill them, surely she'd just drop the elevator and have it go bang. Both things don't seem to make much sense. I don't quite understand what's going on. And then, we find out Ginger's fine. So when he electrocuted her, when she went, "What have you done?" to her brother, I've knocked her out. She ripped that guy's jaw off. He's now dead. She booted him into the fucking water. Do you know what it'd be like to have someone to rip your jaw off? The amount of... You're not going to die from that, not immediately. That is going to hurt like a fuck. I can't think of any... All the nerve... Oh, fuck no. You're all right. Yeah. What have you done? I don't know. Sup that psycho bitch. Did you expect her to do that? Are you fine with this? Fucking psychotic androids who think they're children. And then we go back to Kirsch, to Philip Schofield, and he's got welding goggles on. Why? I do TIG welding, stuff like that, and I've used this camera to weld that. It doesn't need protection, it doesn't need anything. Well, you can see me, the camera hasn't got arc eye, has it? Or sensor eye. What? Oh, well, he's wearing goggles. And you might say, well, it's because, Matt, you've been a bit harsh. It's because the actor needs to wear goggles. And it's like, no, he doesn't. If you are welding something, the arc's only about this big. So you can put a metal disc, quite a big one, in front of it like this, right? And the bounce light from everything will illuminate his face, but you can literally put your hand or your fist over the light source of a welder, and all the incident light that bounces off everything else it's nowhere near enough to blind you or anything shit like that. So like you do with the sun, you can put your fist over the sun and you're absolutely fine, right? The incident light is bouncing off everything else, but you're fine. So they can do that if they were clever. So they've just been lazy and been stupid. And I'm quite surprised that they don't know that technique. Amateurs. So it's just a little thing that I noticed. And then what happens is that Wendy lets Morrow out, and that's convenient. So they're in this circular prison. They're in this canary cage. Oh no, it's Alien Rhombombulus. And then the door opens outwards. That was lucky. A lot of prison doors, they slide, so you can't hit them with it. But he follows the guy around, and then kaboom, have the door. And luckily, they give me a thing I could clout you with, not fucking cuffed me to the fucking bird cage. That's convenient. One guard. Lovely. Love it. Not another one that just goes, fuck you, and just fills him with 10mm. Contrivance, convenience, and just shit. So he escapes, and where does he go first? Oh, well, he's going for the android, because we have to have the android fight. And then what happens is, and I'll give it a praise where it's due. I don't. Kirsch hears him coming. Kirsch should have heard him when he opened the fucking door. Kirsch should have heard him, Philip Schofield should have heard him coming down the corridor. But they fight, and somehow, this is really wacky. Philip Schofield, bang! That's your throat gone. He pulled it out, it's on the floor. We've seen a synthetic do it. Bang! Dead. That's it. There is no fucking way. And if people say Philip Schofield isn't as strong as the kids, why? Why? Please explain to me. I need to write on the board. Just the word why. Right? Why? Why would Philip Schofield, our boy, not be as strong as the children? Why? Well, he's an earlier model. Well, upgrade him then. Why the kids are strong? Why? Come on, you fucking idiots. You've got to try better than that. Kirsch is faster, and the choreography is a bit shit, and then Kirsch loses, basically, somehow. But it's weird, because what he does is, he strangles him, and he just gets out of it. He just kicks or karate chops. And I always find it weird in these things. When someone goes like this and kicks off a table, the other person could just pull you back when they see you do that. The other person could just go with the push, and you stumble backwards. But they don't. They go, and 3, 2, 1, we're going to do the kick so you fall over. It's like, yes, okay, 1, 2, 3, go. And they both go together. Shit fighting. It's terrible. And Kirsch loses the fight. But then he crawls over with his broken back, grabs Morrow and chokes him out, and it does work. Oh, why does it work now? That's a bit strange. It worked now. He's stopped fighting back. It's weird. I don't understand. And then the boys come in, and the boys knock them all out, tie Kirsch up. I don't know why you tie him up when he's got a broken back, but they tie him regardless. But then we see him later. He's not tied up. It all makes no sense. No one knows what the fuck's going on. Philip Schofield tries to tell the boys to fucking behave. They just ignore him. They have a bit of an existential crisis about they've killed that guy with a facehugger. And I'm thinking to myself, hang about, we're too late for this. You should have done this in the previous episode. Why are you trying to squeeze? We've got 14 minutes left, right? We've got no time. We've got really no fucking time. You can't be pissing around. You have got literally minutes. We're counting them down. Fucking Christ. Then there's a bit of a monologue and bullshit story about, from the Cavalier boy, and he says that he built a synth at 6. No, he didn't. Unless it was my first synth, and it was basically a Lego man. You cannot and do not have the capacity to build a synth. And you got to remember, he said, my dad was a drunk, he thought I was a cunt, so I did this on my own. No, you fucking didn't. Come on, Noah. Use your fucking head. Go and hang around with some 6-year-olds I tell you what, give them the shuttle Lego Technics kit. Don't give them the instructions, just give them it and say, build me that shuttle intuitively. Here's the instructions. And I bet they can't do it. And that is orders of magnitude easier to do than building a synth yourself. You got to remember, right? We're talking, this is like, how old is he? He's probably 26. So we're talking about 2100. In 2100, do you think people will be building entire synthetics at the age of 6? Fuck off. No, it just adds to the retardation. It's not a massive point because it's far too retarded to be taken seriously. It's like, yeah, but he's a genius. He's like, fucking genius? That's not genius. That's fucking superhuman. I mean, like, cosmic superhuman. That's big brain stuff, is that? Holy shit. Oh. Any road. So we see the troops going around in some fog. It's foggy now for some reason. It's foggy indoors. And they walk around and they turn a corner. And I shit you not, there's like 6 of them. Maybe 5. They turn a corner and the alien's on top of a body going, "Nyah! Nyah!" And it's like, dude, you're dead. They would have filled it with bullets. No, it doesn't die. They all die. It doesn't die. I don't know how. They literally round the corner, point their weapons at it, and then it goes, and then we go to camera, and it's like, fucking dead. Bulletproof. Fucking aliens, bulletproof. Fucking bulletproof. That's canon now, gentlemen. Yeah, so then what happens is we were alluded to that the Slaphead is the android that the Cavalier boy called Daddy. So the Slaphead is meant to be the android that he made at the age of 6. Cracking job at the age of 6. Amazing, really. It's mind-blowingly unbelievable. Impossible, one would say. And the Jeeves, basically, has gone and found Wendy's brother and said, I know that you don't trust the Cavalier boy. And I know I've said nothing but cryptic, menacing, and secretive things to you. But come this way, or we have an offer for you that you won't refuse. Your sister's there, by the way, honest. Come this way. Just go in there. And he looks in the room, and we don't see the view yet, but Wendy's brother does. And what does he see? Last bit of the corridor, a doorway, a desk, and in front of it, a container that used to house a sheep. And it's open. Go on, you'll be fine. I'll leave some privacy. Wendy, is that you in there? I'm not going in there with that fucking box. I know there's aliens here. Not Wendy, just come around the corner, show us your face. She's not there, you're a lying fuck, right? Look, dude, I'm staying here with you until I can see it. Wendy, come out, stop playing games. No, but instead, okay. Like a retard. I'm like, dude, you would have fucking deserved to die. But it's not that. Someone wrote this. And when he gets to the door, then we see what he can see. And he walks in, and then everyone's cheering because Wendy's brother's about to die. Wendy's brother doesn't die. The thing jumps for him, and then Wendy at the last second, thank God, Wendy. Oh, no, sorry, before that happens, something clever happens, and then equally dumb happens that undoes, this happens a lot, it undoes the clever. So Boyd Cavalier said something clever like, bring me a weak person, we'll put the eyeball in that, which really isn't that clever, but that then highlights all the dumb things he did. So what happens is the eyeball, the sheep is over there, and then Wendy's brother's here, and over there is the box. The sheep detaches out of the eyeball detaches out the sheep, and the eyeball goes for Wendy's brother. So he cleverly gets in the cage, kind of clever, and closes the door, and then the most stupid shit happens. He wrestles with the fucking tentacle. The tentacle's got no strength. I know people don't understand this, right? But there's these things called levers, right? There's leverage, right? It's got silly string. What do you call it now? Strawberry laces for hands as the tentacles. There is no power within those tentacles. I am sorry. They're not strong, right? That thing would struggle to take a jam jar off, right? Never mind fight someone over the strength of a closed door handle, you complete cunts, right? Here's an example for you. Wendy's brother could attach a bit of wood to that handle and sit on it, and his weight would open the door. That tentacle octopus could sit on the same bit of wood and fucking nothing would happen. Any road. Force is proportional, usually to size, right? A mouse. Do you think you could beat a mouse in an arm wrestle? Do you think you could beat an elephant in an arm wrestle if you could grab hold of its foot properly? Just saying. So, he then does something clever. Well, the tentacle's clever. The tentacle goes round the box and then gets in the food dispenser, because the food dispenser's accessible from the outside, not the inside. So the tentacle monster gets in the box. And what does the lad do? He does something clever. He gets out of the box, and then he closes the door and locks it so the tentacle can't get out. No, he doesn't. He leaves the door open like a retard. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Number one is, why is there a handle on the inside of the box? No one needs to get inside the box and open the box up. So the tentacle should have been able to open. The handle should be on the outside, not the inside. So when the tentacle comes in, you close the fucking thing and go, ha! Knobhead, smarter than you fucking goofball. No, that's not what happens. He runs, leaving the door open, like a twat. So he was of the right mind to realise that the container is a sealed container, and if he got in it, the tentacle can't get in. But the tentacle was one step ahead. The tentaball, it decided to go through the food chute, because you can access it. It's a one-way system. You can access that from the outside to the inside. But the tentacle didn't realise that he might be able to get out and lock me inside. And he didn't realise that either. So basically, they're both fucking stupid. And there's fucking Noah. Oh, he's patting himself on the back. That was such a cool move. He got in the cage. That doesn't make sense. And then he got out and No, you're a dickhead. Right? Fuck me. Oh, wow. It's all kinds of stupid. All kinds of stupid. Then what happens is, after that fiasco, the tentacle gets out, but Wendy comes in, and I think she slaps it or boots it, but he goes, oh no, and it goes down this hole. And then what happens is, Wendy has a fight with Slaphead. Oh, he's come back, of course. Slaphead's come back. Wendy turned up at exactly the right moment. It was very, very lucky. Convenient, some might say. And she has a fight with the Slaphead. And Wendy goes with the force, and she stops him. And he's giving the old eyeball, because that's what you do, When someone says, stop, you go, oh my God, look at the world around me. Why do you do that? No one does that. You just look. You can move his eyes, just have him dead eye her or follow around the room as she moves. But no, he starts doing the whole, oh my God, like you do. So she's basically turned off his motor functions. And she did this wirelessly. Because androids have wireless receivers that can pick up motor controls, which you could turn them off with. So the boy genius age 6 is smarter than the boy genius now, because there's obviously a system built into the android that allows you to disable their motor functions. In other words, disable them from being dangerous. Oh, that might have been a good idea this time round. This fucking program is stupid. It's for retards. Actually, I feel sorry for retards, because I think they think this would be for retards. They're retards, right? Fucking Christ. And just remember, he got paid probably £1 million for this. Why? I want a refund. You robbing bastard. What a charlatan. Fucking con artist. Any road. So, she turns him off, and then they go, and Wendy's brother's like, where's that little eyeball gone? It's like, dude, stay away from the eyeball. No, he goes and looks. Luckily, it's gone because the script said so. And then when they come back, you've got 2 minutes, basically. You've got 2 minutes left. 2 minutes left, right? This fucking shit show will be over in 2 minutes. Or it takes 6 minutes, or whatever it is. It's fuck all. I'll just go over and push him over. See, look, his eyeballs are still moving. Why did you do that? Why did you film that? What did you think that was funny? There's Noah. She pushed him over because he can't move and to control his own body. Fucking yes. Noah, I'm talking to you. You're a cunt. Fucking hell. Then we have this argument, which backs up this point. Solidly. We have this argument right now between Wendy and her brother, where she says, look, I'm sorry for fucking frying Ginger. I don't know why he says it. Well, you shouldn't have done that, should you? Right? You shouldn't have done that. Why did you do that to her? And he's like, well, she was fucking killing everybody. Right? She was being retarded. She was trying to kill everybody. And he's like, she's like, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean? He goes, well, you know, I've got to defend people. And then basically she's like, are we not people? So there's the question. Are you actually people? Wendy's making the case that, yes, they are people. We are people just like you. Just because we're in android bodies, we are humans in here. Oh, okay, then. Do you know why I like the aliens, she says? Do you know why I like them? Because they're not cunts like people. They don't lie to you. They're honest, she says. I don't know. Hey, miss... You know, that's when I want this bit to happen. That's when I want this to happen. The alien moonwalks on like it does in episode 1. I was like, oh, alien, how you doing? It's like, yeah, I'm doing fine, all the rest of it. Having a good day out eating people, and yeah, the soldiers don't understand that I have ultimate plot armour. I'm like, all right, cool. So, when you've been running around killing people, honestly, are you using sneaky tactics and trying to hide yourself in certain locations, or like coming from above and stuff like that? Yes, I use these tactics. Would you say that those tactics are deceitful in any kind of way, or would you say they're honest? I actually believe that they're 100% honest. Honest. Oh, okay, then, thank you very much. What do you mean they're honest? Did you... When you went... When you said that to them, did they go, yes, Wendy, you are gorgeous. You're the most beautiful android on the... No, the curly-haired one. She isn't the Cavalier Boy's best. You are the favourite, Wendy. This show should be called Wendy Earth. You are amazing. Is that what she means? That she's been talking to them and having conversations about, I don't know, geopolitical somethings, and then she's been talking to this alien. Do you know what? This alien's quite honest, actually. I can decide because I'm an android that believes that they're a child. That's why I like the aliens. And he goes, you know, yeah, but Wendy, we're their food. And she goes, yeah, but we're not. Oh, yeah, shit. Yeah, we're not, are we? Actually, are we even human at all? No, Wendy. The answer to that question is no. That's why you're having an existential crisis right now of not realising who you are. What are we? Are we ghosts? We're going to kill them. You know, the blacks. No, not the blacks. Not the fucking blacks. Sorry, it's Disney. Let me try again. We're not them. We should attack them. You know, the Jews. No, not the Jews. Oh, fuck's sake. Which one is it? Give me the script. Noah, where are you, you prick? Oh, right, I get it. Well, we're not them. We're not them. We have to look after ourselves. We have to rule, you know, the human children inside android bodies. No. Psychotic androids. That's the one. Bingo. Fuck's sake. And then she says a line, which I loved. I loved because this should be in quotation marks for every review that anyone does that's longer than a paragraph for Alien Earth. So this is, you can smell the smugness in this quote. I'm going to quote something. Wendy says, no, don't say complicated when she asks, explain to me this. She says, don't say complicated. Quote, complicated is what powerless people say to make doing nothing okay. No, that's not true, Wendy. Now, granted, this is written by Noah, and granted, Noah doesn't know what he's doing. So I can understand how this came to be, this absolute fucking nonsense. How to explain this really simply, because it could be... You could talk about this for hours, because the subject is quite complicated. But I said that because I'm powerless. What? Shut up. Fucking. So, let's break it down. Complicated is what powerless people say to make doing nothing okay. So what he's done is he's ripped off a quote, which is basically people who don't stand up to evil allow evil to propagate, allow evil to exist. So if we just let Hitler do what he wants, we are in fact a party to that action, right? So by doing nothing, we are helping evil spread, right? What is it? Evil men get their power from the inaction of, everybody else, right? Or whatever it is. There's quite a few quotes. That isn't this, Noah. You see, when a child says to you, but why do you have to pay the mortgage? Well, let's talk about floating APR, the laws on property, and this is, just sit down, James. This is going to take me quite a long time to explain to you. We're going to have to talk about economics, we're going to have to talk about the workplace, property law. We're going to have to talk about a lot of things. And he's like, no, give it to me. That sounds complicated, Dad. And you're like, yes, it is. Let me just say, if we want the house, we need to pay the mortgage until we've paid back the man that gave us the money to buy it in the first place. Bingo. Well, it's more complicated than that. Well, that's because I'm powerless. No, it's because you're a child. It's because either we don't have enough time or you don't have the mental capacity to understand the concepts of what this is based on. That... It is something. The bullshit she says is, and I'll give Noah this. The bullshit she says is something a child would dream up if they were trying to sound intellectual. It's pseudo-intellectual nonsense. There has never, ever, ever been a better example of someone taking something. They think it's this awesome quote, and instead it's just bullshit. There must have been loads of people nodding. Yeah. When people say it's complicated, it's like saying to the people of the week, no. Right, I'm having this three-way with this girl and her married sister. But they all know about it, and the husband of the sister also knows about it, and he shags my sister. How that all came about is complicated, but it's safe to say that it's just one big gangbang. That's not because I'm powerless. If I just said to you, the relationship is complicated because I'm powerless, what the fuck are you talking about? Who's powerless in this? I'm banging these two bitches. I'm not powerless, you dick. Fucking retard. And how is that allowing people to do nothing or stand by and just be pedestrians in this whole equation? It doesn't. Complicated and people doing the right and wrong thing, morality-wise, or the moral actions of people are not propagated by the complexity or the lack of wanting to explain the complexity of a situation. You're a fucking idiot. I'm getting so... Andrew, fuck's sake. Complicated is what powerless people say to make doing nothing okay. Good luck with that one. she pushes over the android when they get the fuck out. And, it's... I just don't understand. And anyway, so we get a little clip back with the redhead and the soldiers and all the rest of it. They did do the plants. They did do the plant animal. So we did see the other aliens. I think I said that we won't. Although the slugs have gone, the leeches, other aliens. We did see the other aliens, so I was wrong there as well. I didn't predict that. I thought that wouldn't happen. Instead, we just get some Marines and they say, stay frosty. I was like, fuck off. Just stop pinching lines. Actually, weirdly enough, there was a pinch of lines by the redhead again. She says something, I did have it written down. She says something, it's like there's a Drake line and a Hudson line, which is like, what the hell are we going to do now? And then there is a Drake line. I'm sure it's a Drake or a Hicks line. But yeah. The lines are the sneaky little lines, which I'm surprised they didn't do too often in this. I thought that was ripe for this kind of shit. Oh yeah, we're going to nick all the lines, but they didn't. They held back a bit. But they say, stay frosty, and then they're in the lab going, this is a bad place. It's like, why are you here then? You're looking to evacuate people. There's no one in here. Hello? They never say that. They never ever say that. Anyone in here? And then he did. I was like, oh my God. But you did it far too late. Open the door. Hello, anyone in here? Right, moving on. Not creep around the place. Any road. So the big plant thing, whatever, turns out to be a vampire octopus, another vampire octopus, and it grabs the red-headed bitch. And like everyone in this series, when something grabs you, you pull the trigger. Even though you're not pointing the gun up at the thing, you just flop around with your arm flopping around with your finger on the trigger. Because we've got to hear that pulse rifle noise. It's not exactly pulse rifle. It's like a digitised version. It's horrible. But does he shoot it? Does the guy just watch and goes, oh, man. I'd be like, fuck that! I would have filled it. Probably bulletproof. But I'd have fucking, 95 rounds in that motherfucker. That's what I would have done. Fuck the bitch. With a stupid hair. And then we see, and this is what I did get wrong as well, is, I did and I didn't, but it's the war. The way you war. They did actually broach this subject, which I didn't think they would. I say broach the subject. Wayland are coming in to bomb the fucking shit out. It looks like they're just going to carpet bomb everything. Okay, so that's happening. And then everyone's like, well, one of the biggest problems, because we're basically at the end, that's what happens. And then we see the tentacle monster go in a dead body and stand him up. And I was like, the tentacle monster's shit and boring. Shit and boring. Doesn't belong here. So that was the whole thing. There isn't really anything much more to say, because that's what happened. And I was massively shocked. I was proper shocked. Proper shocked of how... this is so much just a setup for season 2. He is very, very, very confident that there is going to be a season 2. Very, very hopeful. It's almost like he's left it so open that people go, that was shit. I want a conclusion. And that will power people to watch it. To moan and complain on social media. However, what Noah doesn't understand is that Disney don't want complaints. Disney want money. It's a business. They want money. The reason why they made it and bought the IP wasn't because they're Alien fans. Because they got all of it in one big package. They want money. Disney, would you like some more money? Like, yes, please. Do people saying the finale was shit because nothing was tied up whatsoever, it just added more bollocks to it, and I felt like I'd been fleeced, does that equal more money? No. You don't go and watch it again. You just get pissed off. I've seen people say that they're going to absolutely outright cancel their Disney subscription because of how fucked off they felt. And these people were the fans. These are the people who are saying, oh, no, I thought Alien Earth was quite entertaining and good. Though these people are wrong. But even those people are pulling their money out. When Disney sees shit like that, that'll absolutely collapse something. What you want is, again, I'm going to say it, I know this isn't Andor. Andor's just a good example. It's a Disney show that has been basically cancelled. 1, 2, and that's it. That's your fucking lot. Because it is costing us too much money and we just are not making... And that's really good. It's an excellent measurement, basically. It's science fiction, same kind of audience, and it was really, 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 really well shot, well written, well everything. It had a buzz around it. After the fact, after the initial release. Going to make a third one? Nope, fuck that. Nope. After season 1, they were like, right, you're getting your second season, that's it. And that's because we're already filming it. That is it. You have to condense those 4 seasons you wanted down to 1. And they still did a fucking marvellous job. The first couple of episodes were a bit ropey, but fuck me, it turned out fucking amazing. So good, it's better than Star Wars, is Andor. It should be its own thing. But yeah, that's the problem, right? The big fucking problem is that Disney are going to want the money. And people don't like this. It's shit. It's got 70% on Rotten Tomatoes from the audience score. That will go down. As more and more people add their tuppence in, it will go down, 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 down. It'll just go fucking down, down, deeper and down. Because it's shit. It is actually shit. And the more people rewatch it, they'll go, hang about, this actually is shit. Can I go back and change my fucking review on Rotten Tomatoes? It was crap. So... I think if this series came out 5, 6, 7 years ago, it would already have a season 2. Like, season 2 would have been signed as soon as season 1 was released. Because they're optimistic. Yeah, well, maybe it'll pick up. But now, knowing how these series... Knowing how tired everyone is getting of these series being dragged through the mud... no one talks about Game of Thrones anymore. It's absolutely fucking forgotten. House of the Dragon's its own thing. That's its fucking own thing completely. And that's so it takes so long to release one of those things. Who knows about Romulus 2? It might actually... 2 things might have happened. They're saying that Ramirez has pulled out. Fernandez has pulled out. Sorry, not Ramirez. Fernandez has pulled out. Ferdinand, whatever his fucking name is. What is his name? Anyway... The guy who was arrested and charged with producing and directing and writing Alien Romulus has pulled out and said, no, I'm not doing Romulus 2. I think that might be because it's got a lot less money. I reckon the budget for Romulus 2 is slashed. And it may still not be made. They may be writing a script for it, there may be that, and then go, no, do you know what, it's not fucking worth it. After the disaster that Alien Earth was... And good, because Romulus was shit. You got to remember, Romulus brought in the black goo into the whole thing, legitimising the whole David nonsense. No one fucking likes that. No one wants that. They keep on pushing it because Ridley Scott isn't dead yet. As soon as Ridley Scott dies, they'll fucking drop the black goo nonsense in a heartbeat. So yeah, it was absolute dog shit. The Alien Earth... None of it's good. And people go, yeah, but the flashback scene is one of the worst episodes. What the fuck are you talking about? It's stupid beyond belief. But alien crews have always been stupid. No, they haven't. Grow up. Fucking no, they haven't, you bellend. It's terrible. It's terrible. But I must admit, I did find it extremely entertaining. It was great. Why? Just watching them burn through $240 million and have nothing to show for it. It is quite a talent. And I tell you what, Noah must be tired. His jaw must be aching from sucking his dick so much. I have seen some of the stuff he's said in interviews and comments. Holy fuck. Well, I didn't want it to look like Wendy's pet. Well, don't film it as Wendy's pet then, dickhead. How could I film it to make it like Wendy's pet anymore? I don't know, put a lead on it. That's literally it, because the rest of it's all there. It's all there. It's all there. It's in the print, as they say. Fucking Christ alive! What an absolute disaster. So that's all that fun over and done with. I may in the future, as the dust settles and all the rest of it, do a crazy things I've heard about Romulus. Alien Earth and how it rolls into Romulus, and maybe if someone says some crazy shit and we have something with sustenance to discuss, but I think that's the end of it. As far as everything goes, Romulus 2, it's going to be worse. I don't know why people think it'd be any better. And unless they get a director and writer who absolutely love the universe and want to start again, but it would be on the premise of Romulus 2, which would be really hard to do. Alien Earth, I would say, is not going to get a sequel. It just can't make the money. It just Alien franchise stuff just isn't as popular as Star Wars, and Star Wars is failing. So, these things were produced post-COVID, during COVID. We're now in 2025, and Disney are in deep shit. So, I think the landscape of Disney, anything that's Disney, is going to be change drastically because they're hemorrhaging money. And when you hemorrhage money, things have to change. Otherwise, you disappear. So they've got to make a decision. Romulus 2, well, if and when that comes out, I'll go and see that, and I'll go and laugh at that. And I said this before Alien Earth came out. There are posts on Facebook dated back to 6 months ago, whatever. People are going, I can't fucking wait for Alien Earth. Romulus was so fucking good. I was like, dude, it's going to be shit. How do you know? You haven't seen it. I know because I know who's making it and why. I know who's making it and why. Who's making it? Whoever Disney could get to fucking make it. Why they're making it? To squeeze that money out of that stone. That's what they're doing it. They're greasing the wheels and they're fucking squeezing every fucking last penny out of it they can. Which equals shit every time. It's like Uncle Ben's, but films. It's shit every time. It's that simple, right? The only way you can make something good out of Aliens or Predator or Terminator or anything is not go to the original directors, is not do these things. It is someone who loves it that's doing it for the right reasons. And you can usually tell in pre-release interviews the way they talk about it. The way they talk about it gives you the clue of it gives you the clue of where the angle they're coming from, right? What have you done before? Oh, I've done nothing but science fiction films. Ooh. And I'm a science fiction writer in my spare time. And blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. And I did this film. It's like, ooh, that film looked good. It's like, what film was it? Oh, I did, fucking Armageddon. Oh, no, then it's all right. Leave it alone. What did you do? I did fucking once in, I don't know, something else. I did something else. Now and again you get someone who makes a concept that's great. So like The Matrix, right? They do a concept, but when they're told to elaborate it, no, just absolutely no. Star Wars is a good example. You can have the guy who originally did it, and then he does it again, and he was in love with himself. It was George Lucas, instead of realising that it was the input from everybody. It's the perfect storm syndrome. If you want to make something brilliant, you are either a brilliant director, writer, storyteller, Tarantino, or you have the right people. You get the right people for the job. Spare no expense, that kind of shit. Lord of the Rings is an excellent example. You get the right people, it doesn't matter. It's almost like when you get the right people, they can't fuck it up because they will keep on going until they get it right. Do you know what we need to do with Lord of the Rings? There's so much to film. It's such a massive universe. We need to film them all at once. Well, why? So we've got all of the actors. So they all look about the same. So it looks like it happened over the space of a couple of weeks, not over a decade. Ask Stranger Things. You know what I mean? It's just like, we need to film them basically back to back. Film them back to back so it all looks the same. Why does that matter, Peter? Just shut the fuck up. You don't understand. You're a retard. It matters. That's it. That's it. You knew what you were doing. It's quite simple. It's a story. Ring, volcano. That's it. That's it. It's going to take us ages to film this. It's like, yeah, that's what we're going to have to do in it. We need to find something that looks fantastic like it does in the books. New Zealand awaits you, my son. It's that simple. And I'm not a Lord of the Rings fan at all. If I never saw Lord of the Rings again, I would die a happy Aliens lover, right? It's just not my thing. But I can appreciate something that's done to that level of artistry and that level of Well, just fucking ingenuity. It reeks, it's written really well, so you stick to the material that's good. It's really well written, so stick to that shit. Know what you're good at and hide the bits you're not, or don't put them in. Do you know what? I'm almost tempted just to watch the first or second episode of Fargo to see how shit it is, because it's got to be. He can't write. A lot of these things that are missing are not even science fiction. Like the fucking quote. It's still the Wendy quote. It's bizarre. I just don't understand. What made you think that was clever? Complicated is what powerless people say to make doing nothing okay. It doesn't make any sense, you clown. You could say that in Fargo and everyone would be like, what the fuck are you talking about? That's dumb. That's what a dumb person says. Is that what you're going for? Are you trying to make out that Wendy Mary Sue's retarded? All right, you succeeded, but I don't. The music and the way the scene's shot doesn't come across that way. There feels like there was not many takes in this film. They feel like they went with something and just went with it. Fuck it, that'll be right. Just $240 million. $240 million. Holy fuck. Hope that doesn't make sense, but hopefully you had an entertaining little video to watch. Hopefully me ranting and getting really excited about this shit and emotional makes you laugh. Hopefully you gained a tiny bit of knowledge. Hopefully I did impart something, that I'm not just talking absolute shite, and I will see you in a bit.